And you had just heard both Stand Still by the UK label Death Is Not the End. I've gotten into them listening to NTS Radio. They do like their 2 hour musics. I remember one I first listened to was like music from, I want to say, Cambodia during the 40s to the 60s for 2 hours. Interesting mix. I was not expecting that. And then lastly, you heard from the I guess you could say Midwestern emo band Croce with the song Friends Who Sit and Breed. Kind of a weird mix. You had like the free jazz ending. I don't know. I think I just have a deep feeling of love for deep jazz. I mean, also for my girlfriend, but like, I still like free jazz. Yeah. Good afternoon, listeners of Coffee Noise. It's once again your host, DJ Marlin, and if you can't believe it, it's Tuesday once again. How are we doing out there, listeners? I'm back. It is the first week of the fall semester. Hopefully, it's going to be my final semester as I'll be graduating this December. Too bad I really can't do anything special with a basic bachelor's degree in psychology and philosophy. But we are not here to discuss about my inability to find a job in my field without going to grad school. We're here to talk about music and anything that really comes on top of my mind. I was thinking about mashed potatoes earlier for some reason. Like Thanksgiving meal. I don't really do anything for Thanksgiving, but like mashed potatoes and gravy. Especially when you go get like chicken, like fried chicken, always comes like a side. Or even grilled chicken, I noticed. I think I'll just make some over the weekend now, thinking about it. Yeah, I'll probably do that. Anyways, over the summer, besides doing 2 summer semesters, I've been listening to a lot of music because when you rate music on Rate Your Music, that's kind of the only thing. Well, I also use Letterboxd, so you also have to watch a bunch of pretentious art films to think you're better than everyone else. Do I think that? On occasion I do. But I am not here to inflate my ego. Let's see. Some music came over the summer. Obviously, the main thing, as everyone knows, in the memes, it was a Brat Girl Summer, or whatever it's called. Honestly, the memes aside, I really did love the album. I mean, it's a good album. I really do enjoy it. I think it's a new sound. Or not new sound, but it's different. Or it has the sound of that trashy, what I see as trashy 2000s pop, but kind of just amplified it in a, I guess I heard some people say in almost an like ironic sense almost. I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. I really personally know the album. Let's see. We also had during the summer the new Shellac album. Sadly, band member and music producer Steve Albini did die like a few weeks prior before the album's release. So, yeah, if you haven't heard of Shellac or of any Steve Albini's production work, which we are actually going to play some today. Like we're going to be playing a track from the drill metal band Sun. That's pretty loud. So, I don't know, I've just been getting into Sun's music recently. That whole drill metal, it's like, some people say it's like minimum maximalist music. Now think about it, music terms are kind of weird to explain fully. It's like, what do you want to be, and this and that. It's like, I don't know, just call it music, call it a day. But Steve Albini did die over the summer, so rest in peace to the GOAT himself, Albini. As well, we have a bunch of new music coming out this year that we'll be talking about. We'll also be looking at the top albums so far this year. Looking forward to being produced by Rate Your Music Community Base, which I've gave a listen to recently, and been trying to figure out, do I like this album? Does it make my top 20? It's already almost the end of the year, so we're a few more months out to the end of the year. But you know me, I already gotta get my list ready. There's a few albums out there that I'm still gotta listen to a bit more to get my final opinions. Brat is easily gonna be up there in my top 20 of this year, without a doubt. But enough talking about Brat Girl Summer, whatever the name is. Let's change into some Midwestern emo. This is a debut album by Your Arms Are My Cocoon, the track City on Fire. And that was Just Like Always from Ogbert the Nerd. That's from their second album that just came out recently. This year, actually. And Yeah, I've just been listening to a lot recently. I really love it. I've been listening to a lot, mainly when I work out, but also when I've been doing my studying. I like loud music when I'm studying. If you're into classic, 90s hardcore, post-hardcore scene, obviously you have Fugazi, Shellac. Let's see what's another band that came out. Even like 2000s, 2010s emo. I guess you also like Crochet. What else? What's that band called? The one with, like the person saying Brave Little Abacus. Oh god, it's a shame they broke up, but Speaking of breakups, not relationships. Band wise, the band Black Midi recently announced that they did break up. Lead member Jordy Grip did say on an Instagram live that it's in lame terms, in layman terms, it's Jover. It's Jover for Black Midi. Um, I have a Black Midi T-shirt. I don't know why I said that. But he did announce that he is going to release a debut single album. I think it's called Holy Holy, or no, I think that's the name of the single. Regardless, I am definitely looking forward to the single that recently just came out. It's great. I've been really loving it. I mean, he has an amazing voice in general. I mean, I remember it was like a radio show. I think it was like the BBC. He was singing some classical Americana song, and it was like his voice like really suits. I was like, you have a good voice, and yeah, I'm really looking forward to that album. I think it comes out in November, actually. So definitely looking forward to that. Yeah, Holy Holy, that's the name of the single that recently just came out. So if you're a fan of like Steely Dan but want something a bit more noisy, crazy, definitely give it a listen. I think it's great. Um, I don't know how to describe it. It's kind of out. I don't know. It's kind of all over the place. You know what I'm saying? Just kind of all over the place. But sometimes it just works out better like that, which is good. I personally do prefer it like that because, I like a good surprise here and there. Anyways, other albums that came out this year. I wouldn't say it was an album, but I think it was like the collab album with Joanne Robertson and Dean Blunt, Backstage Raver, released by the independent label, the artist independent label, World Music Group. Very short, too short to be really called an album. Is it gonna be up there in my top albums of this year? Probably. I've been really liking the tracks. I mean, it's only like, I want to say 17 minutes. I mean, a Joyce Maynard album is around that length anyway, so is there an album at 17 minutes? That's a debate some people can have between themselves. Me personally, I'll call it an album, but I would put like special notes like, hey, this is a 17-minute album, so don't expect something mind blowing or, like a conventional album. You're looking at 45, 50 minutes. A double album, 180 minutes. Triple album, if you want to go into there, that's like 3 hours long, which I have listened to. I think it was like Purance. Forget the name of that album. It's one of those industrial albums. It's like a woman's face with like privates broken off. I forgot. Let's throw it back to 1994 when the Bark Psychosis released their debut album, Hex. 1993, 1994, I forgot that day off the top of my head. But you know what? This is Finger Split, and the review of this album was how we got the word post-rock in the first place. So, ambient post-rock? Whatever, let's get with the track. I've been listening to that album as well a lot. And for me, it's one of my few 5 out of 5 albums. I think only so far I've rated close to 3,000. I think only maybe like 37 have made that cut. Does that make me pretentious? Very much does. Am I proud of it? It's questionable if I really am, because, it's not really the best thing for, like, on dates, talking about music. My girlfriend doesn't mind, which is good. Shout out to my girlfriend. How you doing, Ashley? But, just the background noise, how it just interplays with the song, it's very stripped back, especially on the second half of the track, being 8 minutes, so, like, the last 4 minutes, it's kind of, I guess you could say almost going in and out, like, it's not focusing on the instruments themselves, more like background noise. it's kind of radical to do that for Bright Sarcosis. I mean, they did noise albums in their earlier EPs. I think there was the EP Blue, I think it was called. That album was crazy loud. And then they have the that one single. It's like 21 minutes long. Forgot the name. I should have been better thinking about it, but I did not. That's why, listeners, you have to remember times and dates and all that nonsense. I'm not really good with timing, as you can probably tell. Let's talk about our next artist on the roster. We have the amazing American ambient artist Steve Roach. If you listen to these, I think it was like 1984 album, Structures of Silence, beautiful noise this man makes, just wonderful. Like always say on every radio show, support musicians, independent, large scale, don't really care about Taylor Swift and large scale corporations like that. Support independent musicians, either buying their merch or buying directly online from Bandcamp, even if it's like a simple pay what you want album. You know how hard it is just to get a stream, like $1 from streaming on Spotify? It's ridiculous. I mean, that's why I say if you can't, just support them. It's being a musician is not easy. I've tried making some music, which I have. Do I ever see myself making a career out of it? Not really, more like a side project I have. Just making tape loops and warping them around with my guitar pedals. It's not easy, and you don't really get much money. I once only got like $5 just to buy an old cassette. I don't even know where that cassette went. Probably someone's garage, something like that. I should probably ask him for it back, because I kind of do want it back. Because I did not record it digitally. It's only on cassette. And that's one of one, so too bad he moved away to like New Mexico or something like that. Yeah, not looking bad. That was not a smart idea. Anyways, we're talking about Steve Roach. The next track we're going to be playing is called Deep Sky Time. It was originally released in 2005 off the album New Life Dreaming, but Mr. Roach has remastered the album for this year, and it's available on Bandcamp as a pay what you want. So if you can, support the artist, like I always say, and enough talking. Let's just get into some relaxing ambient noise. If you can, close your eyes. Kind of worth the experience, and kind of interesting to see what kind of reactions you get. And that was Deep Sky Time. Anyways, with the start of the school semester, whatever you think about it, good or bad, that doesn't matter. It is also the start of football season again, and my team is the Giants, and it's over as well. I thought the preseason happened, the first 3 games. We won against the Lions, 14-3. I was like, all right, this is our year. We're so back. And then they lost to the Texans. It was like, okay, whatever, 28-10, all right, whatever. And then on Saturday, we lost to the Jets. I was kind of pissed off, and also I was watching the game at work, and everyone clowned on me because, yeah. I mean, thankfully, this is just the preseason. We still got the season right now. I think the next game is going to be... Who are they playing against right now? Let's see. September 8th, we're going against the Vikings. So I'll be definitely glued onto my screen a bit too much. Well, not really. I'll be work, but I had to push notifications on my phone. So I mean, like any gameplay happens, we're definitely gonna have that out on one of the TVs. Will I get angry? Probably so. I probably will get angry if Daniel Jones cannot throw a ball correctly. It's so over. It's over for the Giants. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to anyone out there who likes the Giants. Speaking of which, my professor from last semester, Lester, he was surprised I liked the Giants. I don't know, dude. Like, yeah, Texas. I don't like the Cowboys. I don't like the Texans either. They're just annoying. Is that just me being slightly pretentious? Yes, very much so, actually. I don't know. I don't even know how I even liked the Giants. I just kind of grew to like their colors when I was like a kid. So probably when I was like 9 or 10, so 2012, 2013. And ever since then, I just came to like I just came to like the Giants. Like I liked the colors at first. I was like the players, and I just like the entire franchise. So that's always fun to know that my team, that I've been an active fan, sucks already. 2 games. You won 1 preseason game against the Lions. Of course, you're gonna win against the Lions. But you lost to the Texans. You lost to the Jets. They better not lose to the Vikings. Because, I don't know, I'm not going to do anything. But, still, it's like, really? You're going to lose to the Vikings? That's, whatever. What happens. Anyway, let's get on to the last track of today. We're going to go loud. This is the band Sun, a well-known American drill metal band. Producer Steve Albini produced this and the sister album that came out in 2019. This is from the album, I think, Life Metal, and this is a track, Troubled Air. So, I don't know, if you have headphones, best of luck to you, because it's loud. And that was Sun. Very loud, very drony. I personally love the band. I want to buy a Sun amp, like the ones produced from the 70s. Although I'm not willing to spend $3,000 on an amplifier. I would if I had money, but, I'm a broke college student. I'm barely about to graduate college. I work at a pizza shop, for crying out loud. I don't have that kind of money to be spending. As always, next week's playlist will be available on both Spotify and Apple Music. You can find it over there on my Instagram, Watford2003. I don't know why I picked the name Watford. I just went on Wikipedia, random article generator, and some city, I think, somewhere from the UK, that fake nation, wherever it is. But Watford, that's what it is. And yeah, I liked it. I just like the name. I think it's like a cool name. Kind of cool, but, whatever. That concludes this week's broadcast. Final thoughts, listen to 1960s dad rock. That's the best I can say. Bye-bye.